NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All fueled up and ready to go. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Mbamute in at the small forward. Paul with the ball. One thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
Pass to Kill. Shoots. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Here's Paul. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And he's drawing those whistles. A couple quick ones back to back.
The Raptors making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. Now here's Redick. Mbamute. Here's Jordan. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And Redick kicks to Griffin. And the Clippers miss again.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot. The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Now here's Carroll. Shot clock at 6. Baseline J on the way. That's good from Joseph on the assist from Valanciunas.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a break.
Doc Rivers.
He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact a game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with him.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
The layup missed.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Mbamute with it. Now Valanciunas defending. No one covering. Paul's got 5 now.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players receive fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Mbamute with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Drops in the breakaway layup.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Ross, he's checked in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Shot's good.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And he gets it to go. Scola's got his first bucket in this one.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Now here's Pierce. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Raptors trail by 5. Pass to Powell from past the arc. Green with the rebound. Here's the Clippers. They're on a 15-6 run. Pierce good.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
And he gets it to go. Joseph's got his second basket of the game.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in mid-air and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
Here's Crawford looking for his first basket still on this one. And in this, they're off the inbound.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for...
And a chance to hear from DeAndre Jordan, who talks about the inspiration he drew from head coach Doc Rivers.
Doc told me, you know, you should be Defensive Player of the Year, not just for one time, but for multiple years. And I could tell that he wasn't trying to hype me up or just telling me that because I was his player. He really meant it. Once you have that confidence from somebody like that, you can only play well.
A strong case can be made that Jordan played like the Defensive Player of the Year, Clark, this past season. And the fact that he didn't win it looks like it'll keep him motivated.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I love the passion he plays with defensively. It seems like a burning fire in him, and Doc has stoked that fire with desire and inspiration. You've got to love how the passion to play defense burns in DeAndre.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. Powell is out there with Lowry, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. There's a shot by Redick, no good. Raptors trail by 3.
And Redick is just an unbelievable three-point shooter. It's not just his volume. It's his pinpoint accuracy. By the end of last season, Redick was 40% from behind the arc for his career.
Here's Paul following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Paul kicks to Griffin.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. Where it plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Now here's Paul following the miss by DeRozan. The drive by Paul. Jordan. It's stolen by DeRozan. He kicks to Valanciunas. And they're unable to get the time basket there. Clippers leading by 3. Over in the corner, Paul for the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Lowry inside the line. And the Raptors miss again.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basket.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Paul's running. Johnson, good.
Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership.
Damari Carroll's checked in for the Raptors. And the Clippers with the change here, too. And Baamute's checked in.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
The Clippers in the lead. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Top of the key, Griffin. Back to Paul. Here is Mbamute, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And Mbamute has got 6 points. Going back to Chris Paul, if you could build a point guard from scratch, Clark, he might be the model.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could do much worse than him, that's for sure. One of the very best. 6 times he's led the NBA in steals. Just an incredible all-around player. One of the greatest team leaders, I think, in the history of the league as well.
For the last 2 seasons, he's led the league in assists, you're right. And it's DeRozan missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort. Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, create then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the 2. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. And Los Angeles.
Beautiful, team. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
The shot's good from Aldridge.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
And the basket by Stoll.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Biyombo. No good off the back of the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Green with the ball. Picked up by Joseph.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You got to be aware of your clock and your situation. Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
29 seconds left in the first half. Johnson dishes to Scola. Lots of room. Crawford with the rebound.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Well, it's obvious. The difference in this quarter has been their dominance on the offensive boards.
You have plenty of second chance points. Also keeps the opponent out of transition, not resting on their lead, staying active.
Here's Aldridge. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Aldridge has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings.
It's all tied in Toronto. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to